Here we go. Here we go. The week 2 recap. NFL, baby, for the streets. What's up? What's up? It's your main D. I got a co-host that hadn't been a co-host, usually as a guest, but happy to bring in my homie CJ.
Yo, what's up?
What's good, man? What's good? Let's jump into a little bit of this talk for week 2 NFL, man. First up, we had the NFL New York Giants versus the Washington football team. It was actually a pretty good game, man.
Oh, it was a real good game. Especially an NFC East team. You know, I'm a big Cowboys fan, so we were always watching the rival game. So I figured Washington was gonna win. I didn't think it was gonna be that close of a game, you know, because the Giants, you know, they got a lot of struggling right now, especially with injuries and whatnot. So it was a really good game. The newcomer, that quarterback, what's his name? For the Redskins that came in, or not Redskins, the Washington football team that came in and just lit it up.
Yeah, man.
Little white boy, you know, he's nice, man. He did work in the playoffs last year. If he wouldn't have got hurt, he would have probably took out the Bucs. Real talk.
Well, that's the thing about Washington. It's so weird. Washington, their defense is just young, hungry, super athletic monsters like Montez Sweat, you know, and they just need a ball hand, a field manager.
Yep.
They don't need no Tom Brady.
No.
You
they
know?
need a game manager.
Yeah,
They need somebody that'll not turn over the ball and rely on their defense to make the stops they need to make.
And that's exactly what happened, man. So now I will say this: a lot of people have been talking about Danny Dimes. He was throwing it up, dude.
I've been running it too.
Yeah. I mean, well, you know he's gonna do that. He's one of the fastest quarterbacks out there, which is ironic. But because he's so tall, you don't think he would be one of the fastest guys. But yeah, he did that, man. Moving on to the next game, the Raiders versus the Steelers. Man, after that Monday night game, where in overtime where they beat Lamar Jackson and and the Ravens, I did not know if they would have that same kind of energy. Sometimes those short Monday night to Sunday night or evening games, usually those guys are tired or whatever. They can easily lose. Yeah. They were right on it, man. They were right on it.
Waller was he was getting double teamed all game, man. So
yes.
and Carr did good with finding his other receivers.
Very impressive.
Especially Ruggs. You know?
Very impressive.
That was nice for Carr to switch it up because in previous years we've seen Derek Carr fall in a situation like that, and because the Raiders didn't have anybody to lean on.
Yep.
But
let's not forget, Jacobs, their main running back, was also out. So I mean, I'm not gonna say it was set up for them to lose, but I could see how they would have lost.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh plays like lights out at their home.
Exactly.
So it was something else, man. Was there any other games that during the day that kind of caught your eye? We had the Rams taking on the Colts.
Definitely my Cowboys and Chargers. You know, that was a fucking excellent game. From Herbert and Prescott, man. I mean, they battled it out, man. The Chargers definitely got a good
solid team, man.
Out there, man. Especially a young core, man. I mean, the defense is lit.
Yeah.
It's led by Derwin James. You know, I may be biased. You know, I thought the Cowboys were gonna, at least win by 14 points. You know, and to see not them struggle, but to not put in the end zone like they did last week. You know, against the Tampa Bay. You know, I figured they were gonna have another big game, but the Chargers. Hey, that's a team to watch out for out there in that AFC West.
Chargers, AFC West,
Chiefs, Raiders. They're deep.
Yeah, all those teams are strong, and on any given day can give everybody problems. I personally was tuning in to. Well, I mean, I had four games on at the same time, dude. So I was not missing nothing.
Yeah.
But I was specifically watching the Vikings and Cardinals game, and man, that game was so tight. Like, it was so back and forth, man. And I'm not gonna lie, dude. when that kicker, when Minnesota's kicker came up there, I was like, because it's like we're not playing Madden, right? You can easily mess up a field goal in Madden. This is real life. There's no way a dude's gonna miss that short of a field goal.
How close was it? I didn't even see it.
It was. I mean, let's put it like this. I want to say it was like 40 something. You know, it was very makeable.
It wasn't a 50+ yarder.
It wasn't a 55+ yarder. It was under 55 for sure.
Oh.
Under 50, I believe.
Fair.
I want to say it was like a 46 or something.
Gotta make that. Gotta put it back in there.
And it's in a stadium. There's no excuse, you know. But my cards are 2-0.
Yeah.
My cards are 2-0, bro. And again, this is we talked about the AFC West, the NFC West. I think those are the two strongest.
Stacked right now.
You know, from top to bottom, pound for pound, I think those are two best divisions in football right now. Now, obviously, the Buccaneers and the Panthers may have something to say about that because
Panthers 2-0. Nobody saw that coming.
Hey,
nobody.
I'll be the first to admit I did not see the Panthers looking the way they're looking right now, dude.
I mean, I don't think they'll make playoffs.
No, hell no, hell no.
But I ain't gonna go that far.
I usually don't go power ranking so early in the season, you know.
We'll revisit around 7 or 8.
Big time. I mean, I just put some other notable games that were really pretty interesting. The Bears and the Beagles were cool. They finished 20-17.
Burrow is having a sophomore slump like no other. And I've always said, even when he was at LSU, he hasn't really shown anybody. His senior year he did good, but let's look at the years before that. I mean, he was bouncing around as a backup. He only got the job out at LSU because there was nobody there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then he goes to the NFL. Yes, he got hurt, but it's not like he was blowing the stats up. Anyways.
Hey, I'll tell you another. I mean, this kind of goes with our theme that we were talking about. The Broncos. These Broncos are serious, dude.
Teddy Bridgewater.
They should have broke him off his cheddar. Because
John Elway, man, he's putting a team out there.
Yes, man, he's so good. I picked him up in one of my leagues as my backup, just in case Aaron Rodgers doesn't look like the Aaron Rodgers that we know and love.
Yeah.
Just in case, because Teddy Bridgewater, he's been like 20+ both games. Just like slide him in there. You know he's gonna get Sutton. He's gonna eat. Really, every wide receiver is gonna eat.
Yep.
Last year, with the Panthers, but three guys either got to 1,000 or got close to 1,000. You know, so I expect the same thing with these wide receivers they have. Then they have Melvin Gordon, who's also a badass back. So I mean, this team is respectable. I mean, they beat up on the Jaguars. Everybody's going to beat up on the Jaguars.
Yeah, exactly.
Quick fantasy tip, guys. If you see the Jags, the Jets, maybe even the Dolphins, start the defense because you're probably gonna get paid.
Yep.
Look at what the Bills did to the Dolphins. Stomp them out.
They play them twice a year. Jets out there looking terrible. Zach Wilson, he may have to go back to college.
Yeah,
or
man.
Something because the Jets need to look for another quarterback right now.
It's different.
Right now.
It's different, man.
Like I don't even see his ceiling being high. What can he get better at? He's not good.
Okay, but to be fair, Sam Darnold, when he played the Patriots, he was freaking. He threw all those picks. He's like, I'm seeing ghosts.
So is it the Jets organization that's trash?
I don't know because he's
Sam Darnold looking all right
flourishing
in North Carolina right now.
He's flourishing right now.
But he got weapons out there too. He has shit.
True.
In
but
New York.
They got who did they pick up for the Jets? They have Corey Davis.
Yeah, Corey.
He's a solid.
Yeah, from the Titans.
Solid receiver. And I want to say they have a.
But they ain't no big splashes. Mediocre.
No. But that's the Jets. That's the Jets, man. Some of these teams or some of these organizations, they're not go-getters like that.
How you have Jamal Adams and let him go for crumbs?
Exactly. Now I will tell you another organization that refuses to be the bottom dwellers, the Titans. They beat the Seahawks, bro. And
that was a battle, right?
That was a hell of a game. I mean, the Seahawks started off with a great game plan for Henry, but Henry shows why it's so hard You got to do it for the whole game.
Till the clock hits 0-0.
You really do, man. And I give it to the Seahawks, but I don't know if they had the personnel, like the way the Cardinals were able to do it. They had that speed, man. That's what I was telling you about the inside linebacker Simmons. He's just like Micah with the Cowboys. They have that or Montez Sweat. If you got a guy that's so fast on a defensive line, whether it's as a DN or a linebacker, outside or inside, they get to the ball so fast that it blows up the play.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Aaron Donald is so fast as a defensive lineman or tackle. He just completely blows up the play, and nobody knows what to do, So I think that's what messed up the Titans the first week. Then they were able to get with the Seahawks that don't have that type of defense.
Yeah, their front seven isn't dominating.
No.
Outside of Bobby Wagner, I
Right.
mean, their front seven's kind of mediocre. I mean, the linebacker core is all right, but it's not like the Cardinals. I mean, the Cardinals, they got Chandler Jones, they got J.J. Watt, they got Isaiah Simmons.
But, I mean, it went to overtime. Ultimately, it went to
Wilson
overtime.
out there, he tossing that thing.
Yes, dude. Hey, I got Lockett.
Wilson and Lockett, I mean, that's a bad connection right there. For real.
Yeah,
that's because Metcalf isn't even going off right now.
Not yet, but he will. It's only a matter of time. And I mean, some of these matchups are just they're just harder,
Yeah.
But I give big respect to the Titans going into the Seahawks house and beating them.
Yep.
That was tough. And because if they would have been 2-0, a lot of you got to realize a lot of these teams that were 0-1. I mean, you don't really get to the playoffs at 2-0.
No.
I mean, 0-2.
No,
it's very difficult, if impossible. I don't know the stats, but I would venture to believe that it's not in your favor.
Exactly.
So, I mean, a lot of these teams bounce back, and for some of these teams that are 0-2, there's some good 0-2 teams. The Vikings are 0-2.
Yeah, they'll make a push in that NFC North division.
I mean, look at the Detroit. I don't like Detroit. I mean, I like their offense, but I don't like their overall team. I think Green Bay. I think they're about to mollywop them. To be honest with you.
Oh, they're gonna make fucking easy work on it. Man, if you think Aaron Rodgers is gonna have back-to-back bad games,
he's never done it.
You're a fool.
He's never done it.
He might throw for 500 yards. He might tell the coach, like, look, fuck running. I'ma sling this motherfucker all up and down freaking Lambeau Field. I'm letting these motherfuckers know, look, I'm back on notice.
And could you ask for a better scenario after a horrible game like that?
Amen.
And you know what? Let's just be honest, because we didn't talk about that game, but the Saints, the first week, they looked like, oh my God, this is like the greatest defense ever to do this, right? This next week, they got blown, their backs got blown out by the Panthers.
Yep.
So that makes me feel like maybe it wasn't really the Saints. Maybe it was really more Green Bay Packers just didn't show up.
Not being ready.
You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have an off season really.
Yeah.
And with a guy with these accuracy guys like Tom Brady, Drew Brees is gone, but those type of Peytons, these guys that are so known for their accuracy, you need that time in off season. A guy like Lamar Jackson, I'm not saying he doesn't need it. Everybody needs it. Mahomes, Watson, Murray, they're more like in the moment guys. So if they're gonna run out, they're gonna do stuff that they don't even know they're gonna do.
Yeah.
It's
all pure instincts.
Exactly. So I really feel like that was kind of like one of those. We're not even gonna remember the game. In a few weeks, kind of thing.
Come week 10, we won't even look back on week 1.
Yeah. So, we already have our picks in as the Packers. I'm guessing you're saying Packers
Packers
too?
all day.
All right, cool.
Packers in a landslide.
Now, what I would like to do before we tune off is do the recaps or the predictions for the next week. All right? So we'll just go right through them and we'll spitfire who you think. So Thursday, we got the Panthers and we got my Texans. If Tyrod plays, I got the Texans. If he doesn't play,
I'm going Panthers.
All right. How about the Chargers versus the Chiefs?
Mahomes not losing back-to-back games.
Hell no, he's not. He's
Chiefs.
honestly, I would I could see him blowing their backs out.
Oh yeah, and it's at home.
Cardinals versus Jags.
They're gonna Cardinals gonna whoop that ass easily.
They're gonna make that rookie look bad. Bears versus Browns.
I'm going with upset. I'm going with Bears over Browns.
You know what, man? That Bears defense is so strong. And also I have Montgomery as my running back. I'm going with the Bears too. Washington and Bills.
I'm going Washington.
Yeah, I am too.
That defense is going to be on Josh Allen's ass.
I am too. I'm not, dude. I mean, I've been saying this for a while. I'm not sold on Josh Allen and the Bills, man. I think they had a good year. I think they played the right opponents. But I think their kryptonite has already been exposed. A strong, athletic, fast defense is going to stop Singletary and going to force the quarterback to make stupid throws. He had 50 pass attempts last game. Josh Allen does not need to be throwing the ball 50 times.
I'm not
at all.
30, 35 max.
I'd give him 20 to 25 and he'll look like a superstar because most of them are going to be play action. Colts versus Titans.
Ooh, that's going to be a tough game. I think the Titans going to roll them. Then they're going to roll them. They got to have a statement game.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Tough. They've had 2 close games. I think this is. I mean, it's easy. I don't want to say easy opponents, but they should win by at least 10 plus.
The Colts play everybody hard though.
Yep.
I'm going to go Titans at home though. Saints versus Patriots. This is the first big real test for the Patriots this year, by the way, because they've been beating up on,
It's at home. I'm going Patriots.
I'm going Patriots because I think they're about to make Jameis see ghosts.
Yeah.
The one thing you just can't forget is that Jameis threw 30 picks.
Yep.
You know, and he looked really bad this last game.
Terrible.
Looked really bad. Falcons versus Giants.
Battle of the bottom of the barrel, man. I'm never going with the Falcons because they just drop the ball all the time. So I'm just going to go with Giants.
The Giants have been doing pretty good, man. I think after this last game against the Washington.
It's a gimme game.
You know. Now, I will say this. Darrell Patterson, he's on my radar for a guy I'm going to pick up off the waiver wire. I have Mike Davis. I just I don't get excited when he's on.
He doesn't fit. Cordell Patterson fits the offense better because he can catch the ball out the back. I mean, he's a receiver. Yeah. I mean, he started off as a returner, went to a receiver.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't really fit. He didn't fit in.
The dude caught a touchdown and ran a touchdown.
He can do it all. He can do it all. He doesn't really fit just one position.
Right. I agree. Bengals versus Steelers.
I'm going Steelers. I don't have.
Yeah, they're the baby brothers of the division. Steelers. Ravens versus Lions.
Ravens.
Yeah, I think Ravens are going to roll on that game. Now, it's in Detroit. For some reason, Detroit always has some kind of shootout with the teams in Detroit.
I don't trust golf.
Nah, I don't trust Detroit organization. The Jets versus Broncos.
Broncos.
Yeah, I think they're going to smash. Dolphins versus Raiders.
No Tua, even if he was there, it wouldn't matter. I'm going Raiders.
Likewise. Likewise. Buccaneers versus Rams.
I'm going with the Rams. I think freaking Matt Stafford is going to toss all over that fucking defense.
Okay.
I think that's what's going to happen.
This is where I was wondering where we were going to diverge. I got the Bucks, man. I think right now they're just too much, dude. Now, I will say that what the Rams bring to the table, that D-line is a kryptonite. I mean, for Tom Brady, everybody knows. The only way to stop him is to get to him. And they have the ability to get to him.
Yeah, it's a good matchup.
But on defense, I don't believe that Stafford's going to be able to get Kupp out there like that.
You don't think so?
Hell nah. Not the way he been balling, dog.
He been balling with him, bro.
Dog, I picked Woods, and I'm like, I'm regretting, like, that decision so bad. I was like, God. I had them both right there, and I could have picked either one.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, who do I think is gonna go hard? I didn't know the motherfucker was living with him. Dude, they said Kupp is was like.
They got this type of relationship.
I didn't know that, dog.
You know them white boys out there in California.
I should have been white. All right, Seahawks Vikings. Must-win game for the Vikings.
Must win for the Seahawks.
True, because they're in the NFC West.
They go down 1-2 in that NFC West.
And the 49ers, the Cardinals are 2-0. 49ers, are they 2-0 also? Who they played the first week? I know they beat the
Lions.
Eagles.
They beat the Lions. They're
2-0.
Yep.
So there are two guys in the division there, 2-0. The Rams are.
They're 2-0.
They're 2-0 also?
Who they play week 1?
I know
they won. They fucking Matt Stafford lit their ass up.
True. So you got three. So they're 3-0 and they're 1-1 by Seahawks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they got to keep stead.
Yep.
They got to keep stead. Yeah. Oh, man, the Vikings. They're such a good team, bro.
It's a tough matchup.
God.
I'm going Seahawks.
Ah, man, to be at their house and going 0-3, I just can't see it, dog. I'm gonna go with the
Kirk
Vikings.
Cousins.
I don't believe it. I don't.
You think Kirk Cousins is good? You don't.
Their team is good, dog. Well, you know what? Barr was out, but their guy who came in, Virgil, got a pick 6. Lineman got a pick 6. So, man, dude, and Thielen and Cook. I got Cook on my fantasy team. So when you have a guy on your fantasy team, you kind of root for the team mostly just because you need them to succeed. I do love the Seahawks because I got Lockett. I'm gonna be very invested in this game.
It's gonna be a good game
because I got Lockett and Cook. So
I got Lockett and Wilson.
Yeah. God.
And I got Cook on my other fantasies. So
I just can't see Vikings going 0-3, bro. Like not so early, but I'm gonna go with the Vikings. Packers versus the Niners. Ooh.
That's another great game.
Packers have been getting their ass by the 49ers recently.
It's in San Fran. It's back in Cali.
Night game.
Rodgers is back in California. I'm going Packers.
Packers.
I'm going Packers.
I think this is where 49ers start to get exposed. I don't think they're as good as everybody thinks they are. They got a lot of problems. A lot of injuries.
They need to figure out the quarterback position. They can't be doing this back and forth.
They got injuries at the running back position. They got a couple injuries. I think they're and in the old position where Sherman is.
Oh yeah, the cornerback.
I'm not very impressed with what I've been seeing.
Just got hurt.
Yeah, Everett. So I'm gonna go with the Packers also. Eagles versus Cowboys next Monday. Ooh.
Big game. I'm going to be in the house for that game. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? I'm biased. I'm going Cowboys.
There's no other way to go.
But I have been saying Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith have been balling.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be an easy game for the Cowboys, but I got them winning 31-27.
The Eagles, the Giants, that whole division plays everybody tough. They may not get the victories, but every matchup, they don't just go out there and get blown out. Yeah. Have you noticed that? They play everybody tough. Mm-hmm. But having said that, they scored 11 points last week. 11 points. Or yesterday. I just can't see a team that is figuring out how to score 11 points beating the Cowboys. The Cowboys on any given game can score 40.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just don't think they have the firepower to keep up in Dallas on top of that.
Exactly.
So that's pretty much our recaps. Man, you did pretty good, dog. You did pretty good, dude. We got through it pretty quick. Let's see. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Real dudes do real things.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, dog, so hopefully we'll see how this whole this thing shakes out next week. We still got this Monday Night Football game tonight. I'll probably do like a quick little recap of it, solo dolo, whenever it happens. But yeah, holler at us.